Druid. I am really curious about this one. So again, I'm skipping the whole introduction part because I don't care. Spells didn't change. Right, they added this prepared spell list. I remember that. Wait, did you guys legitimately make one change to Druid? Okay, wait, hold on. No, that actually makes sense. Druid doesn't have that many features. You made one change. Wild Shape now allows the Druid to know more beast forms and to give temporary hit points to the Druid. In addition, the beast form no longer retains the Druid species traits. Eh? I have no idea what that means. Okay. This is a subclass change. Oh, I am so worried for Monk now. Oh god, they're not. Oh, they're gonna have kept Monk the same, aren't they? Oh god, I hope not. Although no, that's not true. World Tree was a new subclass and Moon was a problematic subclass, so we'll see. Anyway, Druid. Um, as my chair starts moving out of its own. God damn it. This hasn't changed as far as I know. So what do we have, right? So we have Druidic, which has been there always. You can always have speak with animals prepared, yada yada yada. Primal Order. This is like one of the reasons why I feel like Druid just has kind of become cleric. They pretty much got the same level 1 feature. It's like, oh, you get Magician, you know, 1 extra cantrip from the Druid spell list. Yay! And then Warden, you gain martial weapon proficiency and armor trading with medium armor because they got rid of medium armor on Druids. What did I think of this last time? 1 extra cantrip. In addition, your mystical connection to nature gives you a bonus to intelligence checks. Bonus equals your wisdom modifier. I still... Right, that was my thing. My entire thing here was, why the hell would you ever pick up Magician? I mean, there are probably reasons to pick up Magician, right? Like, if you have a high dex anyway, right? If you're going for 6. But then again, Druid is usually going to spend its time focusing on Wisdom, right? Because they're Druids. So especially for low-level campaigns, isn't it just better to go 14 dex, 16 Wisdom, spend your other points wherever the hell you want, and then just go Warden? Like, is that 1 cantrip going to make that much of a difference? Plus a bonus to your nature checks equal to your wisdom? Like, I don't know. I still think that's a... Okay, you only have 2 cantrips. I might see a use for it, but... I still feel like this is just... I just feel like this is not that good of an option compared to Warden, but maybe that's just me. Spellcasting, I'm assuming this hasn't changed. They've pretty much made prepared spells this whole thing with limited amount of spells, yada yada yada. I'm not going through the entirety of I'm not interested. Spellcasting hasn't changed. One of the things that I've actually found out while like trying to design my own versions of these is that spellcasting is honestly probably the problem in the whole 5D 5E, sorry. 5th edition Dungeons and Dragons. But yeah. Anyway, Wild Companion. You can summon a nature spirit that assumes an animal form to aid you. As a magic action, you can expend the spell slot or use Wild Shape to cast Find Familiar. Which I still think is a good... Yeah, I still like this. I like this. I think this is a good feature. Wild Shape. Okay, this is the one, right? This is the one that I'm curious about. Where is the document? What was the last time we saw Druid? Was that 6 or 7? 6. Apparently. Yeah. Okay, so let's look up Druid in the meantime and put these next to one another because I'm curious. Because I don't remember what they did to Wild Shape. I do know that they kind of fucked Wild Shape, but they had to. I've mentioned this before. I think nerf to Wild Shape was necessary just purely off of Barbarian, but whatever. Okay, the power of nature infuses you, allowing you to assume the form of an animal. As a bonus action, you transform into a beast form that you have learned for this feature. Right, they already made it a bonus action base, which I do think is a good change. Stay in that form for a number of hours, equal to half your druid level until you're wide shape again, have the incapacitate or big condition, or die. Also leave the form early as a bonus action. You know, a number of forms for this feature equal to 2 plus half your druid level, rounded up. So at level 2, you would start with 3, then you go to 4, 4, 5, 5, 6, 6. Right? Have a maximum challenge rating of 1/4 and the lack of a fly speed. Rather than choosing, you may start with the riding horse, spider, and wolf. Sure. Whenever you finish a long rest, you can replace one of your known forms with another eligible form. When you gain certain druid levels, the maximum challenge rating for your forms increases, as shown in the Beast Shapes table. In addition, starting at level 8, you get a dope a form that has a fly speed. Right, so because I know, again, compared to the original, they're not looking at swimming speed, which, I mean, sure, makes sense. I don't know why there have to be limitations there. So originally it was you start knowing 3 forms. So the previous version was you start knowing 3 forms. Did that ever change? No, it didn't. Oh, here. Oh, okay. So you got 3 forms at 2nd level, 4 forms at 4th level, and 5 at 8th level. Now at 8th level you'd have 6. And at 4th level you'd have 4. You actually start out pacing at level 6 compared to the previous version. Yeah, okay, sure. I mean, I don't really care. Like, honestly, I think I talked about this. This is a change that I'm not opposed to. Purely off of the fact that one of the issues that you run into with druid players who want to wild shape a lot is that they have to start looking through all of the possible creatures that they can turn into to see the one that matches the specific scenario. And now at least you're forcing them to choose between, you know, X, where X is 2 plus half your druid level rounded up. So, you know, I think this is a good change. And you get a higher challenge rating for your forms, which we knew, yeah. Number of uses, games rules about transforms. Oh, right, you only get 1 expended use when you finish a short rest, where it used to be all of them. But then again, it used to be that you only had 2. Because how many do you get these days? 2, 2, 2, 2, 3. Yeah, you go up to 4. So it's similar to Rage, right? So yeah. Rules while transformed. While in a form, you retain your personality, memories, and ability to speak. Your game statistics are replaced by the statistics of the beast, but you retain your hit points, hit dice, intelligence, wisdom, charisma score, class features, languages, and feats. Also retain your skills and saving throw proficiencies. Use your proficiency bonus for them. Yeah. You gain a number of temporary hit points equal to your druid level. Can't cast spells, but transforming doesn't break concentration. And I'm assuming you can choose whether your fitment falls to the ground, merges into your new form, or is worn by it. Sure. So, yeah. I've mentioned this before. Wild Shape is a really good feature, and the fact that it just gave you temporary hit points pretty much made Druid a tank. I think Keyleth in Critical Role Campaign 1 is like one of the best pieces of proof that we have for that. Right? The fact that you pretty much had a druid that had to turn into a goldfish to pretty much ever die, I think is like very good proof of just how durable a moon druid is. I get this. I don't necessarily like it because you still get temporary hit points, I guess, but I get it personally. It's sad, honestly. And I still think it's mostly due to Barbarian that this got nerfed. Which makes it even sadder knowing that Bear Barbarian also got nerfed. So I don't know. I actually don't know how I would redo Wild Shape. I actually legitimately don't know. Uh, Subclass, I'm not going to go through that. Ability score improvements still the same. I'm assuming for a 12, 16, 19. Wild Resurgence, if you have no uses of your Wild Shape left, you can give yourself one use by expending a spell slot. Sure. Elemental Fury, you can add your Wisdom modifier to the damage deal with a Druid cantrip. This is all not new, right? Once on each of your turns when you hit a creature with an attack roll using a weapon or beast form to attack in Wild Shape, take an extra 1d8 cold, fire, lightning, or thunder damage. Sure, and you choose when you hit. You get Commune with Nature, which... sure. Why the hell not? Isn't this also like the bundle where they really started just like saying, oh, look, here, you can have spells as a feature? Oh no, that was the bundle before. That was bundle 5, I think. Or like, you know, half of Sorcerer's features were here, you get this spell. Half of Wizard's features were here, you get this spell. Yeah. Improved Elemental Fury. When you cast Druid cantrip with a range of 10 feet or greater, spell's range increases by 300 feet. Primal Strike. Extra damage of your Primal Strike becomes 2d8. Look, here's the thing, right? I'm gonna be honest in this. One of the things that I actually really liked about the old Player's Handbook Druid and other caster classes, even though I get why they're adding more features, like the casters were so powerful because those levels, like level 9, level 15, were also the levels where they got their new spell levels, right? 9th level they got 5th level spells, 7th level they got 4th level spells, 5th level they got 3rd level spells, right? And they used to not really get anything on those levels because that was what they got. They got a bunch of new spells to play around with. And now it's like, you know, we're still giving them something, but it's so like we're giving them Commune with Nature, or you know, your cantrips at level 15 now have a range of 300 feet plus whatever base. Like, no offense, but how often do you still use cantrips at level 15? Well, to be fair, if you have like a huge dungeon, I guess, but you know, you have so much more in terms of resources. Sure, Primal Strike, you can shillelagh people for 2d8s. Like, I don't know. These are not big increases, and they shouldn't be, again, because you already get your stuff, but I'm wondering, shouldn't you just have left it like that? Anyway, beast spells. Well, you can cast spells in beast form. I think that never got changed. And then Archdruid, whenever you roll initiative, have no uses of Wild Shape left. You get one use of it! Yay. You can convert uses of Wild Shape into a spell slot. Woohoo! I mean... Oh yeah, each contributing 2 spell slots, right? So you can get rid of 4 uses of Wild Shape to get another 8th level, because they didn't want to give you a 9th level. And you age more slowly. I mean, to be fair, like, what was the original? Oh, the original 20 was infinite Wild Shapes, right? Yeah. Yeah, because Timeless Body used to be a part of the level 18. Right. I don't know why. Well, I guess because Archdruid, and it makes sense that now you're immortal or something. I don't know. Like, this is fine. At least it looks more like a capstone ability, right? Although Infinite Wild Shapes looks like a capstone ability too, personally, but I mean, they barely changed anything. It's fine. I guess I'm still just salty about Wild Shape. I don't know. Whatever.